Hello everybody, Mark with Midnight Snack Movies, back again today for our new video. We are at the movie theater today, getting ready to go see the new horror film called Weapons, directed by Zach Cregger. This is released today, August 8th of 2025, by Warner Brothers here in the United States. Zach Cregger directed Barbarian, which came out maybe 3 years ago, something like that, 2-3 years. Somewhere in that ballpark, and I remember seeing Barbarian in theaters and absolutely loving it. I think it's one of the best horror films of the past 5 years, so I actually wasn't familiar with this film until pretty recently. I'd seen some trailers, but I had not realized that it was the same director as Barbarian, and I'm like, absolutely, I need to see this. And then I heard some incredible things about it. The reviews are fantastic. It has a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes at the moment. We'll see how that kind of changes over the course of the weekend and the next coming weeks. But very good score there. 3.9 on Letterboxd. Basically all of my Letterboxd friends are rating this 4.5 stars. So I'm very excited for this, and I have pretty high expectations. The film stars Julia Garner, who I know most from Ozark, the Netflix series. Never actually finished that series, but season 1 was so incredibly good. I remember binging that when it came out, and I of course enjoyed her performance in it. Josh Brolin also makes an appearance in this film, among several other actors and actresses. So the basic premise, from what I know, I don't really know a ton about it, but Julia Garner plays a teacher, and one night her class disappears. Like every student from her class disappears, and they don't know what happened to them. So I'm expecting a good mystery thriller with hopefully some good horror elements, some good scares, and all of that. So let's head into the theater. I'll be back in a couple hours for me and a couple seconds for you guys to give you my thoughts on Weapons.
A few moments later.
Alright, fresh out of the theater, thoughts on Weapons. Man, that was a heck of a horror film. Zach Cregger knows what he's doing. This is definitely following up Barbarian with another hit. I think I like Barbarian just a tad more from what I remember of it. It's been 3 years since I've seen it, so I need to check that film out again. But this film delivers in just about everything that I wanted from it. So, first of all, the film in the first half, it feels pretty straightforward mystery. You know, a couple jump scares here and there to remind you it's a horror film. Not necessarily cheap jump scares, although they're not the most creative that I've ever seen. But that second and third act, it picks up, and when it picks up, it doesn't stop till the end. When this film went for it, the bloody scenes, the horrific scenes, you know, those scenes were fantastic. And I thought it did something relatively unique, a premise that I've, you know, seen elements of before, but I've never seen in this package before. I thought it took some swings towards the end that were very good. It definitely delivered on being creepy and getting under your skin. And it was very intriguing until you really found out what was happening. You were on the edge of your seat, definitely waiting to see and to figure this mystery out. Performances were good. You know, Julia Garner delivered. Josh Brolin was very good. Nothing else really stood out to me all that much. However, the performances, the script, dialogue, these are not necessarily the things I'm looking for out of a film like this. I'm looking for the scares to deliver. I'm looking for it to get under my skin, and it definitely did all of those things. The one thing I really didn't like about Weapons is the somewhat lack of substance beneath the surface. This works really well as just a pure scare fest. If you're looking for thrills, if you're looking for, you know, just a classic, great horror movie, this is it. but there's not a whole lot to dig through below the surface here. It's really kind of straightforward, and I would have liked to have a little bit to kind of pick at and dissect a little bit more. But this was just, if you're looking for that type of fun at the theater, this is it. Definitely a great horror movie to see in the theater. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd. My favorite, well, I shouldn't say my favorite horror film of the year, because Sinners is kind of a horror film. I definitely enjoyed Sinners more, but you know, one of my favorite horrors of the year. Definitely recommend that you get yourself out to a theater this weekend or at some point while it's out to check out Weapons. It's definitely worthy of a theater trip. So I'm going to kind of wrap up my thoughts on this video here. Go ahead and let me know in the comments down below if you've seen Weapons, what your opinion of it is, or if you're excited to see the film. Definitely recommend that you get out and watch this thing. So have an amazing rest of your weekend. We'll catch you guys later.